Welcome to the folkloric component of this presentation. When I was a kid in Venezuela, I got a phone call from my tia Nancy, my Aunt Nancy, who said to me, Mijito, I need a man. It's a really weird phone call to get from your aunt. I need a man. So I said, what for, tia? And she said, I need a man because I need to see the Pope. And so in Venezuela, the Pope would never visit, so this is like a moment, a national historic moment. So she goes, I need a man to go see the Pope, and you're the man. And I said, okay, tia, that's cool. So she shows up in a Ford Maverick, a green Ford Maverick. And it was all beat to hell, and it had all these brochures in the front seat. And I got in, and before I could strap on my seatbelt, she peeled out. And I was like, oh my God, this woman's on a mission. So she headed towards this freeway in Venezuela in Caracas, called the Autopista del Este. It's like the 101 for you guys. And it was shut off, but she just took the Ford Maverick and she four-wheeled it onto the Autopista. And now, like I feel right now, I was crapping my pants. And because in Venezuela, you can get arrested for the most insignificant thing. It's a capricious system with the officials there. So we're driving down, and sure enough, in 5 minutes, the National Guard pulls us over, the Guardia Nacional, and there's a machine gun in my ear. And the guy goes, where are you going? And my aunt smiles. She goes, I'm going to go see the Pope. And I'm going, okay. And he goes, under what authority? And she goes, the press. So she opens the glove compartment of the Ford Maverick, and this, avalanche, this vomiting of lanyard cards and IDs comes out, and she rifles through them, and she brings one up, and she goes, here. And he looks at it, and he looks at me, and then he goes, Pasa adelante, go forward. And then I go, what the fuck? I mean, so, because I'm crapping, because I know we're dead, because, I mean, I know this is Venezuela, and you could get in deep shit. So we're going down the highway, and all of a sudden, she shows me this ID, and it's her social card from a club. And she goes, don't worry, 2/3 of this country is illiterate. We're going forward. So off we go. So we're driving. And I'm just going, this is a miracle. The Pope is involved here. There's some divine intervention. So then I look up, and I see that the rearview mirror is like dangling. It's like one wire. And there's poopy in my pants, because now we're going to get arrested. This is an infraction beyond understanding. And I said, tia, look at the rearview mirror. And she goes, what? It's dangling. We're going to get arrested. And without any explanation, she puts the brake on the car and goes, peels to a stop. And she takes the rearview mirror, she yanks it off. She says, you know this thing here? You see this? What do I need this for? Huh? I don't care what's behind me. I only care what's in front. I'm going forward to see the Pope. That's my Aunt Nancy, Tia Nancy. And I love this statement, because I'm making a film about a guy who's not interested in looking back. I heard that the power presentation makes your pulse go down or whatever. I've got one, but I've got a secret weapon. It's this man, Andres Torres, a very beautiful person. He happens to be the center fielder for the local team, the San Francisco Giants, who won the World Series, I think. Yes. Sorry. I started the film thinking it was a portrait of an athlete with ADHD, because he has ADHD. He will receive a signal from the coach, and in 5 seconds, he'll forget it. And it's almost like he has to relearn everything every 5 seconds. It's insane. But, you know, it's an interesting story. But as I went on, and I'm still filming it, I'm still making it, I'm shooting it next week, more of it next week, I realized this isn't necessarily about ADHD. This is about a person who keeps his eyes on the road, going north, going forward. And I thought that I'd maybe introduce the notion about songs unsung, tardiness, and compulsion, which is effectively saying something about late blooming. I have 2 kids. They're under 15 years old, and they make more money than I do. They are actors, and they are very precocious, and all the attention goes to them. But I think it's a lot more interesting and actually, I would say, delicious when you arrive late, because you come with gratitude. And this is about Andres, about Yungo. Does anybody know why he's called Yungo? No? I'll give it to you now. The folkloric etymology of Yungo. His name is Andres. His father's name is Andres. He's Andres Jr., which turns into Junior, which turns into Junior, and ends up in Jungo. So this is why he's called Jungo, just an aside for you. Okay, Jungo, a quick what do you call it, a countdown of who he is and where he came from. Jungo came from relative poverty. His father told me that he retired making $5.85 an hour about 4 years ago. So that's not a rich family. He struggled for 12 years in the minors. He has or had acute ADHD, as I told you. But eventually he made it to the majors in a very major way. So this talk is a little bit about arriving late. I don't think it's ADHD that made him come to the minors, to the major league, sorry, later rather than sooner. I think that he shares some characteristics with late bloomers. I put Mark Twain there, who's a notorious late bloomer, but I wish I put myself in there because for many years I cultivated the idea of being a filmmaker, but instead I was doing commercials about toilet bowl cleaners. And that was, I used to tell my children, no, don't worry, it's everybody's shit is your bread and butter, so. If you do analysis in a lab, you can use that line too. So this talk is about late blooming and Andres. Here's some observations about him. Jungo doesn't have a plan. This guy goes 100% from his heart. I've never met anybody who simply obeys that. He just obeys it. It's beautiful. Jungo learns by experimentation. In this, you see him obsessively showing me his swing over and over. He'll bat all night long after the game, and then he'll sleep with the bat. And then he applies this type of strategy to his own life. He's obsessive. I love that he shuts down the voice of judgment. He's got like this field, this force field, and he's constantly joyous and positive. And he's driven by one thing. He's single-minded about his proposition. He never alters off course. And Jungo is like roncaña, which is the local moonshine. In Puerto Rico, you take this moonshine and you pickle it with coconuts, and if you serve it too early, it tastes like shit. And if you serve it later, it tastes weak, awful. So I think Jungo's life is like that. He came right at the right time. The pickling was perfect. The fermentation was perfect. So for Andres, there's never a wasted moment in his life. He never sees anything as a waste of time. And here in the States, when I first came here, I always hear these messages. Hi, this is Jerry. Call back when you can, and I hope you have a productive day. I'm like, what? Isn't every moment productive? And that's the way he sees life. There's never, ever a moment that's wasted. I have a friend who's in her 40s, who started writing when she was in her 40s, and she wrote a book called Shithead. She sent me the galley of the book. It was 500 pages long, and this is before the internet, so I got these photocopied 500 pages, and I started reading it, and she called me. She said, hey, are you reading my book? I said, yeah, I'm about at page 123. She goes, stop. Why? Well, could you turn to page 387? I go, sure. So I turn to 387. She goes, can you find paragraph 4? Paragraph 4, sentence number 7. I'm there. She goes, read it. I wish I could remember what it said, but I don't. But she said, you see that sentence there? Did you just read that sentence there? That's what my whole book is about. Throw away the book. I'm writing the real book now. You cannot be a late bloomer unless you have an army of angels. All of us need angels. We can't do anything alone. And I wish he was here. Andres' wife, Soani, is one of his angels. But he is constantly surrounded by angels. You have to if you are a late bloomer. And the last thing I want to say before I show you the clip to a film I'm making about him is that he has a song in his heart. And he knows, he's patient enough to know that he's not going to die with that song unsung. And I think that's a terrific way to introduce my film to you and then Andres. Can you play the film, please?
I always told myself, trust me, that I will do it, but it's gonna take me time. It's about heart. When you got heart, that's all you need to play this game. nobody told me. My mom didn't know. And you know how many kids out there that they have the condition, and you know how much if they take the medication is gonna help them. When I play without medication, even with medication, it's hard.
It's still hard.
It's still hard. Can you imagine without it?
Better. But I'm glad that you're coming out for it because it means a lot to me because my son has this and it's okay.
I really thank the Giants for giving me the opportunity. Be here with a team that, you know, we won and they treat me like a family. I've been in places where I'm not be welcome. Why? I don't know, because I believe in respect.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Andres, Will Chang is here. He's the, one of the owners of the San Francisco Giants. I don't, if you see him at the after party, please ask him how a pair of shoes created this movie. But I wanted you to explain to the audience, there's a scene here that starts with you hitting against the mattress. Can you explain, like, why is that in the movie?
First thing, thank you everybody for having me here. When I went to Miami Day, I was almost 18 years old when I decided to become a professional baseball player, and I always told my mom always told me, son, if you want to be something in life, you have to work hard. So I went to Miami. I didn't have too much money. I just sleep in a mattress, and I had a friend of mine that told me you need to do soft toss. I just put my mattress on the wall. I just hit all day because I told myself, Jungo, if you want to become a professional player, you have to work hard. That's why I just hit against that mattress, because that's how everything started for me. And that's thanks God of the hard work I am where I'm at today, because God gave me bless, and I always do that all the time.
So we also asked our fans and followers to tweet some questions for this Giant champion. First one is from Giants Girl. After baseball, yeah, right. After baseball is said and done, what do you wish to put your energy into?
I would like to help kids, people play. I would like to stay in baseball, because for me, I wish I had somebody when I was young that teach me I can do sport or other things, and I didn't have no one until I was, like I said, I was 17, almost 18 years old. I want to share all I know about this game and help others. You know, I think I want to do this for help others, and that's what I really want to do.
Excellent answer. Next one is from Think Tony. If you didn't have ADHD, could you still have achieved what you have achieved thus far?
Of course, because I always said have this condition haven't been easy. Sometimes I try to do my best, but it's something that you try, and for me, I've been years, day in, day out, years, sometimes without sleep, because I try to get better, but the focus, you know, it's hard to focus, but definitely without that, I wouldn't done, you know, get to the big league sooner, but things happen for a reason. I'm happy the way I am, but it takes hard work, and it just, like I said, it just, yeah, definitely been easier for me.
Yeah. you haven't wasted a moment of your life. And I guess this kind of follows into the third and last question. Is it true, or can you kind of speak to how handicaps can also be our greatest strength?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because, you know, thanks God, you know, I was so hyper that I never can stay still. I was running, never stopped climbing. I told people I grew up running without shoes. I was climbing trees all the time, running uphill, downhill, go to school, never stop. I would, thanks God, that's make me the athlete I am today because I never could stay still. I just running, go rivers. I remember I used to go in the morning from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I just always running around. And that helped me, and I always said, I'm happy the way I am. People, I know what it matters for me is people that love me. I got people that love me. I believe in respect. I believe being a good human the best I can. I'm not perfect, but I just try to be honest, be a good person, and I think that makes us better. I think that's my thinking, and like I said, thank you everybody for having me here. This is a bless for me, and thank you again.
Thank you.